Hello, I'm Rocket. Welcome to this session about the virtual presence hierarchy of needs. Your virtual presence in conference calls is the new dressing for success. And just like dressing for success, you can find your own style. This program will help you understand the priorities and the main considerations when it comes to your virtual presence. Why is it important to think about your virtual presence? For one thing, how you look and sound on a call can accelerate the level of trust people place in you. For another, sounding good helps lower the cognitive load on the participants so they can use the energy to understand your point versus trying to decipher what you're saying because of bad audio. Similar to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, these needs have different levels of importance and they build one upon the other. In this session, you will learn the impact of each need, what to look out for, and recommendations for ways to improve your setup. It may not be possible to implement every recommendation, so be judicious and prioritize. If you have any questions or want to discuss these topics further, please see the links in the description of this video for ways to reach out. The agenda of this session follows the hierarchy of needs in the order of priority. We start with the network connectivity. We follow that with audio. Next up is the lighting, followed by framing of your video. Next, we go to the background of your video, and then we finish up with your camera. Each topic has a set of recommendations ranging from simple to fairly complex. Most of these topics have very deep waters, so it is best to prioritize based on your situation. Some examples of these situations I've come across. Let's say you're sounding garbled on a video call every so often. You want to prioritize getting on a wired connection. If you're still using your microphone on your laptop, prioritize getting better audio equipment. If you have a setup that causes you to face the side or aims up your nose, consider mounting a standalone camera so you can face that camera. If you have odd shadows on your face or are silhouetted due to backlighting, consider moving your setup to take advantage of natural light or getting a key light. If you turn on your virtual or blurred background because you're worried about looking cluttered, prioritize moving your setup, getting a screen behind you, or arranging your background so you don't have to worry about it. The goal is not to need a virtual or blurred background unless it's for privacy or security needs. If you're somebody wanting the bottom line and you're just like, Rocket, tell me what to do. First off, I want to say everyone's situation is different. For example, you might have budget constraints, or you might need to keep things in a very tight space. Keep that in mind and know that some of these may not apply to you. If you have questions more than answers, please get in touch. Use the description in the video for ways to find out how to reach out. For those of you wanting the TLDR version, here you go. First off, do not use Wi-Fi for video conference calls unless that is the only option. Next, make sure you have excellent audio. Good audio is way more important than looking good on camera. There are lots of microphones options out there at every price range. The ones I use and recommend are the Shure MV7s. It is a great choice for under $300. It has both USB and XLR connections, so it will grow with you. When using an external microphone, you will need a stand or boom arm, as well as headphones, so you don't cause echoes on calls. Using a speakerphone is an alternative option. The Jabra Speak 710 or 750 have decent sound and are very convenient as they will travel nicely. The most important thing with the Jabra Speak, connect using the USB cable, don't use Bluetooth. When it comes to lighting, arrange your desk so you get natural light. If that's not possible, get a key light to make sure you have even lighting on your face. I recommend the Elgato Key Light Pro. It has remote control options, has a great stand, and allows you to choose the color temperature. A pro tip, if you have glasses, get the key light 45 degrees above you so the light doesn't reflect into the camera. When it comes to framing, first of all, position yourself in the middle of the camera. Try to position your eyes about 1/3 of the way down on the frame and your chin about 1/3 of the way up from the bottom. It's the eyes that should be, not the top of the head. Try to get the camera as close to eye level as possible. Avoid the camera aiming up or to the side. Also, avoid being a small figure in the frame. If you must use your laptop camera, get boxes or books or something to position the camera so that it is up near eye level. When it comes to backgrounds, avoid virtual or blurring backgrounds. This has to do with you looking unnatural to participants on a call. The edges around you are not perfect or jumpy. Sometimes the lighting doesn't match what your background is. When things don't look natural, the lizard, the amygdala, starts to react with something is wrong. Then your higher order functions come in and say, oh no, it's okay, it's okay. This happens over and over subconsciously so that over time it creates fatigue in the participants. Interesting backgrounds are okay, distracting backgrounds aren't. A fast way to find out if your background is distracting is to jump on a call with your colleagues and ask. When it comes to cameras, if you want to swim deep in the deep waters, look into DSLR or mirrorless cameras with the interchangeable lenses. These cameras are capable of lovely shallow depth of field look and are very powerful. Assuming you're looking for a good USB-based webcam, here are 2 recommendations. The first one is the Logitech Brio 4K. This is a good baseline camera with a sharp picture and good color. There are 2 things to keep in mind when using this camera. The out-of-the-box mounting on the bottom of the camera does come off. Search YouTube for those instructions. Once it's off, you have access to a mounting screw. You can put a tripod or a mounting arm so that you can position that camera at eye level. In the camera settings, change the viewing angle to 65 degrees. That will put you front and center and not show your entire room. The second camera is the Insta360 Link PTZ camera. Along with excellent picture controls, this camera has many useful features, including pan, tilt, and zoom. You can move it around without changing where it's mounted. There's a desk view that shows your desk. So if you have a piece of paper there and you're writing on it, the picture is flipped so the participants see the paper as if they're sitting at your desk. New and different cameras, microphones, and other AV equipment are released regularly. Keeping up is a challenge. The way I keep up is using something called Office Hours Global. This is an online community that leaves no one behind. If this is interesting to you, I highly recommend checking out officehours.global. With that, let's dive into the virtual presence hierarchy of needs.